Hello everyone. So in this video, I'll be teaching you active voice and passive voice of present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. And using one simple example, they have cleaned the chairs. Using this sentence, we'll try to understand these three tenses. Here you can see AV means active voice, while PV means passive voice. And also you can see here there are three columns. Okay, so I'll try to translate these sentences in Marathi and Hindi also, so that you can understand in your native language. Alright, so without wasting time, let's begin the video. In active voice, we focus more on action performer. That's why here you can see I have started sentence with they. They have cleaned the chairs just now. While in passive voice, we focus more on action receiver. So here you can say in passive voice, we have started sentence with the chairs. So what is difference between active voice and passive voice? In active voice, we focus more on action performer. While in passive voice, we focus more on action receiver. So here you can see which action has happened, has completed, cleaning the chairs. They may be plural. Let's assume these three people have cleaned the chairs. Okay, so here as you can see, plural, for plural we use they. For singular, for masculine we use he. For feminine we use she. Other than humans, for animals and non-living things we use it. But here you can see as plural we have used they. So they have cleaned these chairs. Action has completed. To talk about completed actions, we use perfect tense. For ongoing action, we use ing form of verb. For completed actions, we use third form. For example, if action is ongoing, we say they are cleaning the chairs. To talk about completed actions, we have to use third form of verb. They have cleaned the chairs. Ing form is cleaning. And third form is cleaned. So if action is ongoing, cleaning. If action is completed, clean. So here in this video, I'll be covering perfect tenses. Present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. Perfect means completed action. For that, we will use third form of verb. That's why here you can see I have used third form of verb for both active and passive voice of present perfect tense, past perfect tense, and future perfect tense. How can you differentiate the structures among these three tenses? For that, you have to use one more verb that we say auxiliary verb or helping verb. So, with third form of verb, in perfect tense, we use helping verb to have. Why we use helping verb to have? To express tenses. Let's try to understand in detail. To have plus V3. In present tense, we use have as. In past tense, we use had. In future tense, we use will have. That means present tense of to have is have or has. Past tense of to have is had. Future tense of to have is will have. So here for present tense we have used have as plus V3. For past tense we have used had plus V3. For future tense we have used will have plus V3. What about passive voice? See, what is the difference between active and passive voice? Okay, you can observe these structures carefully. Here you can see, here we have added extra bin. So why we added bin here? See, bin is third form of to be. As I said before, to talk about completed actions, we use third form. Bin is third form. When to use being? Being is used for ongoing actions, that we say, for continuous actions, present continuous tense, past continuous tense, or future continuous tense, and also in present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, and future perfect continuous tense. There are 6 types of continuous tenses. With all these 6 types of continuous tenses, we use being. For example, if the action is ongoing, then we would say the chairs are being cleaned. Here you can say I have used being for continuous action. But here action is no more ongoing. It has completed just now. As action has completed just now, we have used cleaned, third form of verb. But with cleaned, you have to use been. Now you cannot use being because as I explained just now, being is used for continuous actions while been is used for perfect action. We'll try to understand one more example. See, you can say your transaction is being processed. For ongoing actions, we have used being. For completed actions, you can say your transaction has been, now I have used been, processed successful. So with continuous actions, we use being, while with perfect tenses, we use been. So that's why here we have added been in passive voice. See, in passive voice, we have added been. Okay, what happens if you don't use been? What if you say the chairs have cleaned without using been? the chairs have cleaned. It's grammatically incorrect. You cannot say the chairs have cleaned just now. Why? See, what happens if you say the chairs have cleaned just now? That means chairs have cleaned by itself, which is practically not possible. Someone has to clean the chairs. It requires doer or action performer to perform action. Which action? Cleaning chairs. Or here you can say it's clean, completed, action completed. So for that reason, here we have added been. That means the chairs have been cleaned by them. The chairs have been cleaned by them, or it's optional. As we are giving more focus to action receiver in passive voice, okay, you can skip doer. Simply you can say the chairs have been cleaned just now. Okay, so why we added been here? If we say the chairs have cleaned, that means chairs have cleaned by itself, which is not possible. For that reason, here you have to add been, so that this will become action receiver. Action receiver. If you have removed been, then it will become action performer. Okay, chairs cannot clean by itself. Someone has to clean the chairs. I hope you understood why I have added been in all these perfect tenses. Okay, mostly in passive voice we use been. All right. So when to use present perfect tense? Present perfect tense is used to talk about recent completed actions. Okay, or if you want to convey status of action. One thing you have to note here, in present perfect tense, never use past time. Never say like this, they have cleaned the chairs yesterday. It's wrong, because this is present tense. In present tense, you cannot use past time like yesterday, the day before yesterday, last week, last month, last year. You cannot use with present perfect tense. You have to use simple past tense if you specifically want to mention past time. Here you can see we haven't mentioned time. Okay. Here I have used just now. That means recent completed actions. Alright. They have cleaned the chairs just now. They. With they, have to use have. With I have. He has. She has. It has. They, we, you have. I have. I have. They have. We have. You have. He has. She has. It has. With third person singular subjects like he, she, it, we add yes. Have will become has. When you add yes to have, it will become has. So that's why here I have used they have. With they, you have to use have. They have cleaned. Cleaned is third form of verb. V3. What is third form of verb? It is past participle. Third form of verb. Clean. Second form of clean is cleaned. Take. Third form of take is taken. Write. Return. Go. Gone. Come. Come. Run. Run. Speak. Spoken. Alright. That's why have helping verb, cleaned third form of the chair's object or receiver, action receiver, they action performer. In passive voice, we start sentence with action receiver. That's why here I have started sentence with the chairs. The chairs have been, the chairs plural have. See, the chair, if it is singular, I would have used has. The chair has been cleaned just now. But here I have taken plural. The chairs, plural, the chairs have. Chair has, the chairs have. The chairs have been cleaned just now. The chairs have been cleaned just now. तर आता आपण मराठीमध्ये ट्रान्सलेट करून बघू. दे हॅव क्लीन द चेअर जस्ट नाव, ह्याचे मराठीमध्ये मिनिंग होईल त्यांनी आत्ताच खुर्च्या स्वच्छ केल्या आहेत. म्हणजे ऍक्शन आत्ताच पूर्ण झालेली आहे. ओके, मे बी 3-4 माणसं मिळून खुर्च्यांना आत्ताच स्वच्छ केल्या आहेत. ते रिसेंटली पूर्ण झालेले आहे, त्यामुळे आपण प्रेझेंट परफेक्ट टेन्स यूज केलेला आहे. जसं मी आता सांगितलंय, प्रेझेंट परफेक्ट टेन्स मध्ये आपण पूर्ण झालेल्या क्रियांबद्दल बोलतो. जसं इथं कोणती क्रिया पूर्ण झालेली आहे? स्वच्छ करण्याची क्रिया पूर्ण झालेली आहे. काय स्वच्छ केले? खुर्च्या स्वच्छ केले. कोणी स्वच्छ केलं? त्यांनी खुर्च्या आत्ताच स्वच्छ केल्या आहेत. त्यांनी आत्ताच खुर्च्या स्वच्छ केल्या आहेत. म्हणजे क्रिया आत्ताच नुकताच पूर्ण झालेली आहे. त्याचे पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस होईल खुर्च्या आत्ताच स्वच्छ केल्या आहेत. खुर्च्या आत्ताच स्वच्छ केल्या आहेत. इथं सेंटेन्सची सुरुवात खुर्च्याने केली, कारण पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस मध्ये आपण ऍक्शन रिसिव्हर वर फोकस करतो. क्रियेचे इफेक्ट कोणावर होत आहे ते सेंटेन्सच्या सुरुवातीला लिहितो, आणि ऍक्टिव्ह व्हॉइस मध्ये क्रिया कोण करत आहे ते आपण सेंटेन्सच्या सुरुवातीला लिहितो. जसं की क्रिया कोण करत आहे? दे, त्यांनी, त्यामुळे ऍक्टिव्ह व्हॉइस मध्ये दे ने सुरुवात केली आपण, त्यांनी. पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस मध्ये काय क्लीन केलेले आहे? चेअर्स. कोणाकडून? त्यांच्याकडून. खुर्च्या, चेअर्सने सेंटेन्स सुरुवात केली. ओके, हे बेसिक डिफरन्स आहे ऍक्टिव्ह अँड पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस मध्ये. नाउ विल ट्राय टू ट्रांसलेट इन हिंदी. हिंदी में दे हैव क्लीन द चेयर जस्ट नाउ का मीनिंग होगा उन्होंने अभी अभी कुर्सियां साफ की है. मीन्स एक्शन जो है अभी पूरा हुआ है, कंप्लीट हुआ है. ओके, तो जस्ट नाउ अभी अभी, अभी अभी एक्शन कंप्लीट हुआ है. कौन सा एक्शन कंप्लीट हुआ है? साफ की है. क्लीनिंग है जो एक्शन है वो अभी रिसेंटली कंप्लीट हुआ है. हियर यू कैन सी, आप यहाँ पे देख सकते, साफ की है. उन्होंने अभी अभी कुर्सियां साफ की है. और पैसिव वॉइस में सेंटेंस का जो स्टार्टिंग है सब्जेक्ट में आएगा कुर्सियां, क्योंकि पैसिव वॉइस में जैसे मैं अभी ये वीडियो में बोला हूँ, जैसे पैसिव वॉइस में जो है सेंटेंस का जो स्टार्टिंग है वो एक्शन रिसीवर से होता है. ज्यादा फोकस कहाँ पे करते हैं हम? एक्शन रिसीवर को ज्यादा फोकस में लाते हो. इसी वजह से यहाँ पे सेंटेंस का जो स्टार्टिंग है ये कुर्सियों से होगा. तो क्या होगा पैसिव वॉइस? कुर्सियां अभी अभी साफ की गई है. और सिमिलरली ओके, in past we use had, in future we use will have. The remaining structure will remain same. Instead of have, here you can see I have used had, here I have used will have. Remaining sentence remains same. We will quickly finish up remaining two sentences, remaining two tenses. They had cleaned, third form of verb. They had, have, past of have is had. They had cleaned the chairs before I went there. When to use past perfect tense? To talk about sequence of action happened in the past, or you can say past of past. Past of past. That means in past, suppose two action completed. To mention these two actions, we have to use past perfect tense. One and two actions. Action number one had completed before the action number 2. Here you can see there are two actions in the past. They had cleaned the chairs, action number 1. Before I went there, action number 2. They had cleaned the chairs, action number 1. Before I went there, action number 2. These two sentences club together using conjunction before. For sequence, we use 3 conjunctions: before, after, or when. I will try to form same sentence using before, after, and when. So whatever action which happened first, with that we use had plus V3. That means past perfect tense. And for second action, we use V2, simple past tense. Here you can see for first action we have used had plus V3. Had plus V3. For second action, here you can see second form of go is went. So the sentence will become, they had cleaned the chairs before I went there. They had cleaned the chairs before I went there. Or I had already had dinner when you called me. So we will try to make sentences using after and when. So if I don't want to change the meaning, and if I want to replace before with after, the sentence will become after they had cleaned the chairs, comma, I went there. After they had cleaned the chairs, I went there. That means this action happened before this second action. So before I reached there or arrived there or went there, this action has already happened. So after they had cleaned the chairs, I went there. Or when I went there, they had already cleaned the chairs. Okay, so this is how using before, after, or when you can use past perfect tense. ओके, आता आपण जे सेंटेन्सेस आहेत हे मराठीमध्ये समजून घेऊ. दे हॅड क्लीन द चेअर्स बिफोर आय वेंट देअर. च्या मराठीमध्ये होईल, मी तिथे जाण्यापूर्वी त्यांनी खुर्च्या स्वच्छ केल्या होत्या. और हिंदी में, मेरे वहां जाने से पहले उन्होंने कुर्सियां साफ कर दी थी. पैसिव वॉइस, द चेयर्स हैड बीन क्लीन्ड before I went there. The chairs had been cleaned before I went there. मी तिथे जाण्यापूर्वी खुर्च्या स्वच्छ केल्या होत्या. मी तिथे जाण्यापूर्वी खुर्च्या स्वच्छ केल्या होत्या. और हिंदी में होगा मेरे वहां जाने से पहले कुर्सियां साफ कर दी गई थी. मेरे वहां जाने से पहले कुर्सियां साफ कर दी गई थी. फ्यूचर परफेक्ट टेंस. In future perfect tense, we use will have plus will. They will have cleaned the chairs by Sunday. Have will become will have in future. They will have cleaned the chairs by Sunday. ते रविवारपर्यंत खुर्च्या स्वच्छ करतील. हिंदी में वे रविवार तक कुर्सियां साफ कर देंगे. Passive voice of the sentence. The chairs will have been cleaned by Sunday. Will have been cleaned by Sunday. मराठीमध्ये रविवारपर्यंत खुर्च्या स्वच्छ झाल्या असतील. हिंदी में होगा रविवार तक कुर्सियां साफ हो जाएंगी. So this is how you can form active and passive voice of present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense. If you have any doubts or queries related to this video, please don't forget to comment. I would be very happy to help you out. I will see you in my next video. Till then, thank you very much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this YouTube channel, where I will be uploading contents related to spoken English, soft skills, IELTS and guidance related to study abroad. Bye bye.